First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for James Conner. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Newton now to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching them try to take away that area of the field.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their 25-yard line. Play action. Now it's Locke out to his left. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Back to Walker on first down. Oh, good move. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Just beating the play clock is Newton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Here's Johnson with a reception. Touchdown, Cardinals. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat it's going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Block now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Locke looks to throw it again. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second, we do have a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
20.
Here's Newton. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. A fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Clock now on 1st down. This pass complete to Melton. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke.
Quick slant complete to Melton.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Newton. He's going to look deep for more.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Block off a play action. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Newton now to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 17, Cardinals 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Good.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
They find some open field here. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack.
A final shot before half for Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Penny, a first down carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now to the air, Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Locke going to try and throw for it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Newton. Again, it's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards through the air, caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He finds his man Johnson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Again, Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's Newton. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Okay. 20.
To the air again, Newton. And this is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Good.
On 4th down, Newton. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Lock fighting Metcalf for the Seattle first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Locke working out of the gun. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Locke going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing ain't done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Okay. 20.
Now Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Locke. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. To throw is Newton. And this one's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
112 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Here's Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd down and goal. Lock. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here you go.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Got. 8. Got.
Newton to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Flush to his right. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
1st down Seahawks.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw it is Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Locke exits on 4th down as Seattle sends out Jason Myers.
Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 1st down, Newton. And now here is another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
First down, Seattle.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this